going on, everyone? It's a boss from J Nation, and welcome to another episode on my channel. Tonight, we have another special guest with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Alberto is here. Hi, Alberto, and welcome to my channel.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm excited to take part in this.
Thank you, Alberto. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to jump into my first question of the night. I know you might answer those questions many times, but how and when did you become a Juve fan?
So, my love for Juventus started very, very young age, but it was because of my father,
Yep.
who is a massive Juventino, and yeah, I think never really paid attention to it, and then the games over here in Canada are at ridiculous hours sometimes.
It's
And
true.
I remember being very, very young, and it must have been 3:30, maybe 4 in the morning, and I could hear my dad screaming. So, I get up and I go out there and ended up sitting down on the couch and watching a game with him as a young kid. And then it just kind of started to happen from there. And I was probably about 6, 7 years old, and yeah, by the time it really took off for me was when I got a little bit older, though, and seeing my dad's passion when Juventus won the Champions League in 1996.
Yep.
After that, that's when it really skyrocketed, and Del Piero, of course, kind of stole the show for me.
That's awesome, man. Awesome story. Okay, Alberto, who's your most favorite and least favorite Juve coach of all time?
My favorite Juve coach all time for myself, Marcello Lippi. Absolutely. 150%. I love that guy. My least favorite coach, I think you'd have to go, it would have to be Del Neri. And you know what? You can even give a shout out to Crapello there, Fabio Crapello, because he did nothing with a strong,
that's true.
strong side.
He had a really good team and did nothing.
Yeah, quarterfinal, I believe, exits each time.
Arsenal and
Champions
Liverpool,
League.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who's the worst Juve player that played for Juve, in your opinion?
Worst from a skill thing, or worst in my opinion because of my displeasure of watching them play?
Yeah, in your opinion, yeah.
In my opinion, displeasure of watching them play, Zabina, by all means, worst.
And if you want to name your top 3 Juve game, which one would you pick?
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. I think I'd have to put the Champions League match against Real Madrid in Torino when we won that, obviously to go on to the finals. A little bit bittersweet because Nedved's suspension that he got.
Yep.
But that game is etched into my brain. Another one, honestly, for everything going on and the hype around Ronaldo and whatnot, a recent one has to be that Atletico Madrid game. It was just incredible. The emotions that went through me in that one. Another one, I'd probably, man, there's just so many. I'd probably have to say another one is just because it's tough, because you could choose from emotions, you could choose from victories, you could choose even some defeats sometimes in what you felt. But I think, honestly, probably the opening match in our new stadium of that fantastic season, 2011-12, that started this whole run, that's got to be in there. And even from a loss, I could say that trip we made to Real Madrid and overcoming that deficit and just coming so close. But that game is still it's an epic match, an epic performance from Juventus.
Yeah, that's true. When was the last time that you cried for you?
I actually, I think I shed a little tear when Sami Khedira wasn't listed on the team, even though we had a couple absences this past week.
Yeah.
I thought I shed a tear of happiness, but shed a tear for Juventus. Honestly, it was pretty emotional, the feelings, because it was such a quick turnaround when Ronaldo joined Juve, and we all know how he knocked us out, the PK and the performance in Torino with the bike, and then to see him have a hat trick in a do or die situation for us against Atletico, I actually got like goosebumps and everything, and I was getting emotional. I didn't like shed tears or whatnot, but it was pretty damn close because it was almost such a surreal feeling, right?
Yep. Alberto, which one of the Juve goals that you have witnessed is your absolute favorite?
Oh man, there's so many goals, and it's tough when you're trying to think on the spot here. But I mean, man, there's a goal by Claudio Marchisio in that opening match where Pirlo puts that cross up top and he jumps in there. He's got this pose held in midair, and I love that picture. And he flicks it on across where the goalie's just flat-footed. It's a beautiful goal. Del Piero's goal against Real Madrid in 2003, where he dummies two defenders and then goes short side against Casillas. I love it. Nedved's goal to finish them off after the lob by Zambrotta.
Yep.
Beautiful goal. Yeah, there's a many to choose from. Paulo Dybala's goal against Lazio, do or die, like last ditch effort, and he's getting ripped apart by Barolo.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was Barolo.
Yep, Parolo, yep.
And then goes top shelf. The celebration afterwards, what it meant. And of course, Higuain's against Merda. I'll always remember that goal.
He's both goals that
I will. Yeah, I will always remember that goal, man. I remember where I was. I was actually in the middle of a match here where I live in a tournament, and we were taking a break before we go back out for the second half. And I grabbed my phone and I went to my app and I started watching it, and I said, oh my God, I was like, Juve's back in it, like it's 2-2. And then I'm like, they're going to steal it. Watch this. And a couple of guys gathered around, were watching it. And Higuain scores and I lost my mind. And my team's yelling at me to get on the pitch. And I was just like cheering on the sidelines, like running, just jumping. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome game. Alberto, I need you to pick two of your favorite Juve players of all time. Just two.
Two?
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you could go Del Piero and Buffon, who for sure it is. But I want to go a little outside of the realm, and maybe we'll go with a couple of my favorites that might not fit everybody's, but Camoranesi for me will always be one of my favorites as well. And I know what some fans think about everything after 2006 and whatnot, but Zambrotta will always be one of my favorite Juve players.
Okay. If Camoranesi and Zambrotta are drowning in the middle of the ocean, who'd you save?
Camoranesi.
And between these two, who would you sacrifice and sell to Inter?
Oof. I can't sell my boy Camoranesi.
So Zambrotta.
Yeah.
All right.
Very, very reluctantly, my friend.
I understand. Okay, man. For the next question, I'm going to read out some names for you, and I want you to express your feeling and emotions in one sentence or one word.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
First name Marco Materazzi.
Merda.
Next one, Pavel Nedved.
Icon.
Andrea Agnelli.
Ruthless.
Felipe Melo.
Not my favorite. Let's put it that way.
Mirko Vucinic.
Frustrating and a pleasure at the same time.
Yeah, that's correct. Roberto Baggio.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Unreal, but annoying.
Next one, Marcello Lippi.
The boss, the man, legend.
Yep. Federico Bernardeschi.
Not a footballer.
That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Alessandro Del Piero.
A Turin god.
And the last one, Luciano Moggi.
Oh. The fall guy.
All right. Next question. I know it's a bit early to talk about the season, but what is your prediction for this season of Serie A? Who's going to finish first, second, third, and fourth?
Well, I'd like to say Juve's going to do it, but it's going to be very, very difficult for them this season. It's very, very early on. Do I think they could still do it? Yeah, I think they could easily finish top. I think you'll see at the Milan, Juve, possibly Napoli, and possibly Merda in that three. And where it could go, how it could finish, it could be a lot of different areas. Atalanta could be in there too, but I don't see them ever making that final leap, right?
Yep.
Gun to my head though, I think Juve will pull through. I think you might see Milan in second, and I'd probably throw Napoli third.
Yeah, we won it without the coach last season, so why not this season?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, and I think if anything, Pirlo's got the players on his side, and that's the best thing, right? I think he's getting a little too caught up in experimenting early on. I think he needs to just get some rhythm, get going, and then you could try to play around, against some lower sides. But at the start, what he was doing, I liked it, but he started tinkering, Quadrado on the left, and last game it was a 3-4-2-1. Just keep it simple, man. Keep it simple.
I know. Okay, Alberto, if you make a movie about Juve, what would you call it?
Well, we've got the one stripes, right? I'd call it. That's a tough question. What would I call it? That was a tough one, man. I'd probably call it I don't know. I don't honestly know. That's a very tough question. We might have to go back to that one.
All right, I'm gonna ask it right after these two questions. Is there anything that you don't like about Juve?
I think and it's not necessarily that I don't like. It's more of something I've always been curious about. And this season, it's being put to the test. But I always thought we could have a better balance on younger players with the experienced guys. But another one is if I had to say I don't like something, I'm not really sure why. It's not the bias that I'm Italian or whatnot, but I kind of don't like that we've lost the ties to the Azzurri, where we used to have many, many players representing
Yep, that's
Juventus
true.
with the Azzurri. So if I had to say there's one thing I'm kind of a little dissatisfied about, I'd say that.
Okay, and next question is, if you were the president of Juve, which player would you sell right away and which player would you buy?
Sell right away. Nobody's buying but Kadira. Bernardeschi's on the list.
Yep.
Who would I buy? Um, Looking at this particular club, I mean, everybody's probably going to want a really flashy answer.
Mbappe, maybe.
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe, something like that. But to be honest, I'm a really, really simple guy. And if I looked at this club, we need to solve the fullback situation. And I'd probably try and get some backs. Who? There's a lot of different options. But yeah, if there was one gun I could sign, I mean, who wouldn't want Mbappe, really? So
And there are a lot of rumors about him that Juve is gonna go for him. Do you think it's gonna be possible?
I don't see it for that price tag. I think I kind of laughed when I first read the rumor because this is like 361 million pounds or something like that, something like just astronomical. They're saying Ronaldo might be part of the deal. I would be fine with it. I just don't see how it's going to happen in a COVID
That's true.
season where the revenue is not going to be where it needs to be. I cannot see it. I think Kylian Mbappe will go to Real Madrid, in my opinion.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I would buy 120 jerseys if I could make a difference and help you get Kylian Mbappe, but I don't see it happening, to be honest. I
But
hope I'm wrong.
would you sacrifice Dybala or Ronaldo to get Mbappe?
I would sacrifice Ronaldo, and this might be a very unpopular opinion, but I just look at it from a standpoint of when you measure up the two players, there's no question Cristiano Ronaldo is miles ahead. But the thing is he's 33, 30, going on 34, and he costs us a lot of money.
Yep.
And to keep Dybala allows us to put that money into three strong players. Ronaldo makes a lot of money, and we have holes to fill. So I just want to see the club field a team that has no gaps, because for the past several years, we have gone into the season with some shortcomings on the roster, and I just want to see them hash that out. And Dybala getting into his prime years, not costing us as much as Ronaldo, it makes sense to me to get more younger players like that are going into their prime years that won't cost you, 30 million a season. Ronaldo is a freak, though. His numbers speak for themselves. What he's produced for Juventus is incredible. It's just that it's not sustainable. It's going to come to an end. And I'm always one, like even how I manage my businesses, whatnot, I look ahead. I look to the future. And just long term. I always look long term. So that, in that reason alone, I would sacrifice Ronaldo.
Okay. Have you found any name for the movie?
I don't know. Can we call it Stripes? Let's just call it Stripes.
Yeah, sure.
Or call it Striped Hearts after my clothing. There you go.
Okay, Alberto. Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure having you as my guest, and all the best to you.
It was a pleasure. I appreciate you having me on, man. This was a lot of fun.
Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Alberto's channel. I'm gonna put the link down below. And if you guys wanna be my next guest, it's super easy. Just hit me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and or YouTube, and I'll put you in the list. And guys, if you appreciate this type of content, just subscribe and like my video. And that's it. My name is Abbas. We are the J Nation, and I approve this message. Bye bye.
Ciao.